What is the meaning of hypertrophy? This refers to the increase in size of muscle cells, leading to an overall increase in the muscle size and mass. It is a key focal point in fitness and strength training, particularly when the goal is to build muscle. Hypertrophy is achieved through resistance training that creates microscopic tears in muscle fibers, which the body repairs by making them larger and stronger. Here's some more details. Resistance training. Resistance training, such as weightlifting, is the primary method for inducing hypertrophy. Repair and growth. The body responds to micro tears by repairing them and making the muscle fibers larger and stronger, this resulting in hypertrophy. Resistance training. This will happen after bouts of resistance training, such as weightlifting, the primary method for inducing hypertrophy. Hypertrophy training. It typically involves moderate weight, higher repetitions and more sets compared to the traditional strength training, along with limited rest time. Factors influencing this training method. There are several factors which will influence the extent of the hypertrophy you can achieve, including genetics, nutrition, macronutrients and calorie intake, age, gender and hormone level. Hypertrophy is different and distinct from hyperplasia, which is an increase in the number of cells within an organ. What is hyperplasia? This is the increase of a number of cells in an organ or tissue. It's a non-tumorous condition where cells multiply, leading to an enlargement of the tissue or organ. Hyperplasia can be either physiological, which is normal, or pathological, related to another condition. A more detailed explanation. The increase in cell numbers. Hyperplasia is characterized by the abnormal increase in the number of cells within a specific amount of tissue or an organ. Normal cellular structure. While the number of cells increases, they generally seem to be and look normal under a microscope. So what's the difference or distinction from hypertrophy? Hyperplasia differs from hypertrophy where the cell size themselves increase and not the number. So in a particular area on your body, individual cells will swell in size, not the number of cells within that particular area. Physiological or pathological. So hyperplasia can occur normally in response to stimuli like hormonal changes or tissue damage. This would be physiological. Or it can be a sign of abnormal or tumorous changes. That would be pathological. So here's a few examples. Benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, in men. Endometrial hyperplasia in the uterus. And atypical hyperplasia in the chest or breast tissue are examples of hyperplasia. There's quite a few, isn't there? How to trigger hypertrophy. To do this, you need to focus on strength training with progressive overload, targeting a rep range of 6 to 12 reps and ensuring adequate rest and nutrition. How to trigger hypertrophy. Mechanical tension, muscle damage and metabolic stress are key mechanisms to stimulate the growth needed for hypertrophy gains. Progressive overload. So what you need to do is gradually increase the weight, the reps or the sets you're lifting over time to make sure you continue to challenge the muscle groups. Mechanical tension. This is the primary driver of hypertrophy. It's created by lifting weights or using resistance, and the heavier the weight, the greater the tension. So you need to be focusing on a moderate to high intensity level. So aim for 60 to 85% of your 1 rep max for the best results. Do this while aiming for 6 to 12 reps per set, which is generally considered the sweet spot for hypertrophy. So let's look at the rest time between sets. You want to be keeping your rest times moderate, typically around 60 seconds. This will induce metabolic stress. Nutrition and calorie surplus. Consuming slightly more calories than you burn can support muscle growth. Sufficient protein. Protein intake is crucial for muscle repair and growth. Aiming for 1.6 to 2.2 grms of protein per kilo of body weight per day. Ensure your protein sources are rich in leucine, an amino acid important for muscle protein synthesis. Rest and recovery. Adequate sleep. Try for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep to allow your body to repair and rebuild torn fibres, which when trained properly will enlarge your muscle tissue. It's a good practice and pattern to build in not training the same muscle groups on consecutive days. This will allow the muscles time for proper recovery, growth and strengthening. Routines and training plans. Where building your sessions are concerned, it's a great idea to change the days you would train particular muscle groups. Keeping the pattern sporadic shocks the muscles into more growth. Compound exercises. Focus on exercises that work multiple muscle groups simultaneously, such as squats, deadlifts and bench presses for maximum effect and results. Isolation exercises. Supplement the compound exercises with isolation movements to target specific muscle groups, putting them under more tension, stress and pressure. Again, this stimulates growth within your muscular structure. Fascia stretching. Consider incorporating exercises that stretch the fascia, the connective tissue surrounding muscles, which may also promote muscle growth. Here's some more factors to consider. Eccentric training. Include exercises that emphasize the lowering, eccentric phase of the movement, as it can lead to greater muscle fiber tension, impact and growth. What is hypertrophy versus strength? Hypertrophy and strength are related, but are two different, distinct fitness goals. Hypertrophy focuses on increasing muscle size and volume, while strength training emphasizes increasing the amount of force a muscle can produce. While both can occur simultaneously, the training methods and rep ranges differ to optimize for each goal. Hypertrophy. The goal is increase muscle size and mass. Focus, muscle fatigue and time under tension are key. Examples: bodybuilding, focusing on achieving a specific physique and structure. Training typically involves moderate weight and higher repetitions. Strength training focus, neuromuscular coordination and the ability to lift heavier weights. Examples: powerlifting and Olympic weightlifting. Training typically involves much heavier weights and lower repetitions. Training for one focal point can positively impact the other. For example, increasing muscle size, hypertrophy, can lead to increased strength and the ability to lift heavier weights, while strength training can also stimulate muscle growth. What would cause hypertrophy? Skeletal muscle hypertrophy can be induced by hormones and growth factors acting directly as positive regulators of muscle growth, or indirectly by neutralizing negative regulators and by mechanical signals mediating the effect of resistance exercise. Is 5 reps enough for hypertrophy? While 5 reps can contribute to hypertrophy, is generally not considered the most optimal rep range for maximising muscle growth. Moderate rep ranges, such as 6 to 12 reps, are often recommended for hypertrophy, as they balance mechanical tension, metabolic stress, and muscle fibre tearing, all of which are important for muscle growth. A more detailed explanation. 5 reps and below. This rep range primarily targets strength development and power. While some muscle growth can occur, it's generally less efficient than moderate rep ranges. 6 to 12 reps. This range is considered the hypertrophy sweet spot. It allows for sufficient mechanical tension through heavy weight, while still allowing for a good number of repetitions to induce metabolic stress and muscle damage, all of which contribute towards muscle growth. 12 plus reps. This range is more focused on muscular endurance, but can still stimulate some hypertrophy, especially if you go all the way to near failure. Type of diet is best for hypertrophy. Meat, protein-based diets. So lean meats being chicken, turkey, lean beef. You've got fish, salmon or tuna. I like a bit of mackerel and sardines myself as well. We've got eggs and dairy, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. Will hypertrophy burn fat? This method of training helps you lose weight by increasing your muscle mass, which makes your metabolism burn more fat. Weight loss is encouraged by performing more reps as opposed to low rep strength training. Is 3 sets of 10 enough to build muscle? Yes, 3 sets of 10 repetitions can be an effective rep range for building muscle, especially for beginners or those looking for a moderate approach to hypertrophy. That being said, to maximise muscle growth, it's often recommended to incorporate a variety of rep ranges and training volumes. How long should I rest between sets? The optimal rest time between sets depends on your fitness goals. For strength and power training, rest segments of 2 to 5 minutes are recommended to allow full recovery. Focusing on muscle growth, rest times of 1.5 to 3 minutes are generally suggested. If you're focusing on muscle endurance, shorter rest segments of 30 to 60 seconds are more appropriate. In all honesty though, you should just listen to your body. Pay attention to how your muscles feel and adjust rest times accordingly. But what you need to do as well though, is take into consideration the exercise you're actually doing. The compound exercises like squats and deadlifts may require slightly longer rest time as they work in more body parts and muscle groups. The isolation exercises will require less rest time. While the science can provide the right guidelines, the most important thing is to find what works best for you and your individual training needs. The big 3 exercises for hypertrophy. Doing squats, bench presses and deadlifts target multiple muscle groups simultaneously, promoting overall strength and hypertrophy. Incorporating them into a well-rounded workout program that utilises progressive overload is highly effective for muscle growth. Focus on progression. As you get stronger, you might need to increase the number of sets or overall training volume to continue making progress. Individual variation. We can't all be the same or do the same things. Some individuals might respond better to higher training volumes than others. This depends on your genetics and how your body reacts to training. Consistency. Try to keep a regular routine and pattern. Regardless of the number of sets, consistency in training and proper nutrition are crucial for building muscle. Should I build muscle or lose fat first? Whether you prioritise muscle building or fat loss first depends on your individual goals and circumstances. Building muscle first can increase your metabolic rate, potentially leading to more fat loss over time. Now, with that being said, for individuals significantly overweight, focusing on fat loss first may be more effective and help them feel better emotionally and physically. Ultimately, the best approach depends on your personal preferences, goals, and starting point. Right, so let's go over the focal points. Building muscle first. Increase metabolic rate. Muscle mass burns more calories at rest than fat tissue. Long-term sustainability. Building muscle can lead to more sustainable changes in body composition. Improved physical function. Muscle mass can improve strength, balance, and overall mobility. So let's go through what would happen if you focused on fat loss first. You'll start with psychological benefits. For individuals feeling significantly overweight, losing weight can lead to increased self-esteem and confidence. Improved health markers. Fat loss can improve blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and other health markers. Motivation. Seeing results quickly from fat loss can be motivating, pushing individuals to stay focused on the goals and stick to their fitness journey. What type of cardio is best for fat loss and muscle gain? Sprinting is for more than just building speed. It's extremely effective for building fast twitch muscle fibers, burning fat, and engaging multiple muscle groups at once. So get off the treadmill, get into the outdoors for a variety of different workouts, featuring short sprints with rest intervals, mile-long intervals, or hill sprints. What are the signs of muscle fatigue? When you experience fatigue, the force behind the muscle movements decrease, causing you to feel weaker. Often this weakness is the initial sign. Other signs and signals linked to muscle fatigue include soreness, localized pain, shortness of breath, muscle twitching, trembling, a weak grip, and muscle cramps. Do you need protein on rest days? Yes, it would be a good idea. You should consume protein on those rest days. Protein is crucial for muscle repair and growth, which continues even when you're not actively exercising. Adequate protein intake on rest days helps your body rebuild and recover from workouts quickly. Why is this important on rest days especially? Muscle repair. Exercise causes microscopic tears in muscle fibers, as we know. Then the protein provides the amino acids needed to repair these tears and rebuild muscle tissue, even while you're resting. Ongoing recovery. Muscle growth and repair doesn't just happen immediately after a workout. There is ongoing processes that continue during rest times. Maintain muscle mass. Protein helps prevent muscle breakdown, which is important for maintaining muscle mass and strength, especially when you're taking days off. So how much protein should you consume? Aim for the same daily protein intake on rest days as you would on your workout days. A general guideline is 1 grm of protein per pound of body weight, 2.2 grms per kilogram. Spread your protein intake throughout the day instead of consuming it all at once in one sitting, drink or meal. A quick reminder for the examples of good protein sources: lean meats, chicken, beef, turkey, corned beef's great, love it. Fish, dairy products, milk, yogurt, cheese, and eggs. Protein shakes, beans, nuts, and seeds. Is canned tuna good for building muscle? As we all know, tuna is packed with lean protein. It supports muscle growth and keeps you feeling satisfied while full. You can eat it on its own or in a no-fat salad mix with rice, eggs, avocados, along with onions, beetroots, kale or spinach. many different mixes which suit your palate. So if you're aiming to build muscle, lose or maintain weight, or simply maintain a healthy body, a few sittings of canned tuna mixed with other ingredients is a superb option. Bust 2 cans in a bowl. Black pepper, onions, sweet corn, salad cream mixed together for a quick tasty meal. Here's another quick, high protein, low fat meal. This can work with tuna or mackerel or even sardines. Bust 2 cans, put in a bowl, mix with cayenne pepper, put some salad cream in it as well, mix up nicely, put aside. Boil 4 eggs, wait for them to boil, peel them, put aside. Slice a quarter cucumber and some lettuce, put aside. Chop up some avocado, put on a plate, separate portions, sweet. So again, if you don't eat tuna, replace the tuna with mackerel, sardines or salmon. It's a quick meal, low fat, plenty of protein. By ensuring adequate protein intake on rest days, you'll support your body's recovery processes and optimise your fitness goals. What type of drink to gain muscle fast? Best drink during muscle gain exercises should contain high levels of protein, carbohydrates, vitamins and minerals. This doesn't always have to be your protein shakes either. Try Nourishment and Nutriment. Got a lot of vitamins. Also, there's another drink, Supermalt. That's great, got plenty of vitamins in it. So it doesn't always have to be your bog standard protein shake. As long as you're eating well, you don't always have to have the protein shake. There's other drinks you can have. Try Supermalt, favourite of mine. You could make some smoothies containing high protein, mixed with healthy fruits and vegetables. This would help to grow your muscles, and they are the easiest way to include healthy nutrients in your food diet. Here's how you can shock the muscles for extra growth. You can adjust your exercises to elicit the principle of progressive overload by slightly adjusting the following variables. You can increase the weight, also increase the reps, followed by the sets, and you can decrease rest time. Increase the workout frequency. Range of movement can be increased also. You can try and improve your techniques and increase time under tension with every rep. Right, so here's the key principles for hypertrophy. Progressive overload. Gradually increase the weight, reps, sets, or intensity of your workouts over time to challenge the muscle and stimulate growth. Protein intake. Ensure adequate protein consumption, around 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight, to provide building blocks for muscle repair and growth. Training frequency. Train each muscle group 2 to 3 times per week to allow adequate stimulus and recovery. Repetition and ranges. Aim for a moderate rep range of 6 to 12 reps with weights that challenge you within that range. Exercise selection. Incorporate a mix of compound exercises which work multiple muscle groups, and also isolation exercises which target a specific muscle. Eccentric training. Focus on the lowering phase of the exercise to maximize muscle damage and growth. Time under tension. Aim for a moderate amount of time of 40 to 70 seconds per set to promote muscle growth. Calorie surplus. Consume slightly more calories than you burn to provide the energy for this muscle growth. Rest and recovery. Allow for adequate rest between sets and also between training sessions to allow for muscle repair and growth. Example approach to your training session. Make sure you get a warm-up done. Prep your body with dynamic stretches and light cardio. Compound exercises. Focus on exercises like squats, deadlifts, bench presses, rows and overhead presses to get maximum effect. Isolation exercises. Include exercises like bicep curls, tricep extensions and lateral raises. Rep range. Perform 6 to 12 repetitions for most exercises with a focus on controlled movement and proper form. Stick to controlled sets. You want to be aiming for 3 to 4 sets per an exercise. Make sure you get adequate rest time. Allow for 60 to 90 seconds of rest between each set. You'll be needing to do a cool down as well. You need to stretch, and this cool down will allow your body to recover properly. So in summary for this video, to achieve hypertrophy, muscle growth, focus on a combination of progressive overload, proper nutrition, particularly protein intake, and strategic training techniques like compound exercises, eccentric training, and appropriate repetition ranges. By following these principles and consistently applying them to your training, you can effectively stimulate muscle hypertrophy and achieve your muscle building goals. Remember, take your time, promote good vibes, and enjoy your workouts. Good luck.